Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us here in this press conference right after the Global Champions League Super Cup final. We have lost Max Kühner. There's Max. Presenting our panel, on the left, Mr. Jan Tops, as co-founder and president of the Global Champions League. Stockholm Hearts, powered by H&M Wheel of Horses, with Julien Epaillard, with Nicolas Philippat, with Mali Bayard Johnson for first place for the winners. Then it is Max Kühner for Shanghai Swans. Welcome, Max. And it is Philipp Weishaupt for the third place team, Riesenbeck International, powered by Kingsland Equestrian. Mr. Tops, I will start with you if that is okay. Global Champions League started in 2016. Then we had the Super Cup that started in 2018 in Prague. And now we are here in this fantastic capital with a fantastic backdrop. It's over, this Super Cup. How do you look back at this event?
Good evening, everybody. Of course, I'm super surprised that it is already so good organized for people who are doing the first time the playoff. It's not so easy. It's very high standard. In the beginning of the week, we were a little weak with the visitors, but today we had full house. And I think we have to build here in these new countries tradition. And I'm sure if you see this night like this, with this kind of sport, ambience, graphics, everything picture perfect, I think, you know, after 2-3 years, we will have the rest of the days also much more public.
How do you look back at this Super Cup final? We've got the three teams here. How did you live the emotions? Who do you think or thought that was going to win this Super Cup after the first round?
It was difficult to say this order, but I would have said these three were definitely the favorites on the start list. I did not know each other. But yeah, today, you know, the Stockholm Hearts, they had a fantastic evening, and they will well deserve to win tonight.
Can I just ask you, when does the Global Champions League return to Riyadh?
Next year we have the final here again in Riyadh in the beginning of November, and then we have the next year the playoffs are back to Prague.
And then in 2026.
Then back to back. Every 1 year in Riyadh, 1 year in Prague. Yes.
All right. So
we have already commitment to 2030.
All right, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We can build on that. Let's start, if you're okay with that. Let's start with the third-ranked team. Let's start with Riesenbeck International. Let's start with Philipp Weishaupt. Philipp, it's a bit of an easy question, a cheap question, but how do you feel after this final?
Yeah, in general, we are very delighted with the third place. We won 2 years ago the overall. We won last year the overall. We won last year the playoffs. We were second this year in the overall and third and now in the playoffs. So overall, we are extremely delighted with the results. Today, yeah, I think Stockholm Heart was very difficult to beat. They were just in their own league. Unfortunately, my horse had a big stumble in the double combination and I almost fall. So we had eight faults. I think in an ideal world, the second place would have been possible for us. But still, we are really happy and pleased with the result we had in the third place.
Level of jumping is really high. If you look at previous results of Super Cups, of finals, often high scoring rounds here, it was very, very close. There was literally no room for error.
No, this is no scratch results. 3 riders, every result counts. Every single jump has to be on the spot. There's no room for mistakes. We have the best riders in the world here and the best sport. And I think to watch this competition is extremely exciting. And the format is fantastic. And yeah, I'm a big fan from the playoffs.
Thank you. Max Kühner, Shanghai Swans. Finished the regular season in 10th place. It is a team that everybody expected was going to be a team to fight for the championship title. That did not happen. This was announced by outsiders as redemption weekend for the Shanghai Swans. Does it feel like redemption, this second place?
Yes, a bit, I would say. Yeah, indeed, the whole season didn't went like we wished for. So we made a good plan for the playoffs and yeah, we are happy with the second place.
Looking back at that final, how did this come about? How did this come together? What was a discussion after round one within the team when you were still literally in the race for potentially even the title?
Yeah, it was tough sport, I would say, really top quality of the sport. My colleagues were nearly unbeatable this weekend. Big congratulations to them. Yeah, we tried our best. That's how it ended for us.
Second place, I can imagine that will be celebrated.
Yeah, we will celebrate a little bit. I think up front you would have taken a podium place. So, yeah.
All right, thank you very much. And then we go to the winning team, Stockholm Hearts, powered by H&M Wheel of Horses, Malin Bayard, Janssen, Nicolas Philippas, Julien Paillard. Julien, Nicolas, if you agree, ladies first. Okay, ladies first. Malin, first round in this final was phenomenal from your side. It was perfect, as if you were 100, if not 200% focused. It was spot on. Were you feeling pressure? I don't want to call it pressure. It felt like you were truly committed.
Well, I think every rider riding today felt the pressure, and I think everybody was 200% focused. And then you have days when it all works fine, and days when it doesn't really work fine. And my mare, Indiana, she was absolutely amazing today. We know each other so well, and when she's jumping like this, it's down to me to just take her through the finish.
Did that quite well. Second, between first and second round, what were the discussions there? You're the first team ever to jump 3 clear rounds in the first round of this Super Cup. You were on clear, you were one rail in front. Can you talk us a little bit about strategies, about thoughts or talks? Was there a thought about combined time, who was going to go fast or slower? What was the thought there?
You know, the first round was brilliant from all three, and we had a great feeling. But then again, it's only halfway, so we knew we had to do it all over again, and that's always tough. But with the experience we have and the experienced horses we have as well, it was about just walking a new course and making a new plan and do it. And you know, we had great help from Olivier, who had the times from the other teams. We knew still that if we jumped clear we would win, but we also had to think a little bit about the time, and in the end we were the fastest team the second round, so we did everything as planned.
Nicolas, you are a regular in the meanwhile. This is your second Super Cup win, London Knights in 2021. You know what it takes. Katanga was the same horse that won that championship in 2021. Can you give me a little bit of insight on how the mare has developed over these last few days here? Super Grand Prix yesterday, then this Super Cup final. Lots of jumping, but even at the last round, she still looked full of fire.
Yeah, I think she's a fantastic mare. I gave her a long break for sure to come here, get her ready, and she was a bit fresh yesterday, the first round. I didn't really ride good the first line either, but I think the more she jumps, the better she gets, and I think she's truly amazing. If you see how she does the jumps, it's just fantastic. And I think also to be here with, I was fortunate enough to have two fantastic teams and do it again here with the London, with the Stockholm Hearts. I think it's just fantastic.
It was not the easiest season for the Stockholm Hearts, despite finishing third and having a good result. But it was, you were not in that fighting position with Riesenbeck and with Can Stars in the end, who would go on to win the championship. This has to feel just as good as winning the championship, no?
Well, I think this makes everything good. I think for sure Stockholm Hearts is a fantastic team, and through the year we struggled left and right, but we really focused on coming here with the best team, and I think we did a good job.
Julien, thank you very much for joining us as well for the press conference. You were a mid-season signing. You come onto the team at the middle of the season to enforce the team, to strengthen the team, and of course everybody straight away has their thoughts on this Super Cup and on the final potentially. Team had never made the final until then. Can you tell me who decided that you would be the last man to go in this final? Who made that plan?
Malin decided a little bit the organization in the team, and it's a good thing, I think. I'm very proud to make part of this team. Yeah, I was with Super Rider this weekend, and yeah, very proud to make part.
It's good to know that you also have to listen to Malin Bayard Janssen, as we all have to do. Julien, there were, was it eight penalties, 2 rails in hand when you went in. Did you know that? Was it on your mind? Did you get any information from Olivier, or how did that go when going into the ring?
Yeah, I know that. I was in the ring, but I see the result. Was a little bit, yeah, I don't want to go too fast, but not too slow if I have two down. Not easy to ride. But okay, finally my horse was in super form this weekend. He was a little bit down this summer. He have holidays during the Olympics. But now from a couple of shows, he's coming back super in good form. I was super today, and I tried to do my best, and the horse was with me.
So you've won in 2023 the Launching Global Champions Tour Super Grand Prix. Now you've won also the Super Cup. I think the challenge for you next year is to win both Super Grand Prix and Super Cup on the same weekend.
Well, I have to sign.
With the man on your right, that's where it can happen. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, is there any questions from your side to our panel present in this press conference? If not, then I thank you for attending this press conference. Thank you for being with us all throughout the weekend here in Riyadh, both for Launching Global Champions Tour Super Grand Prix as well as for the Global Champions League Super Cup. Hopefully you'll join us next year in Prague. The final will be here in Riyadh, as you just have heard. And in 2026, this Super Cup will once again be held here in this beautiful capital of Saudi Arabia. Thank you for joining us, and see you next year.